there was this time, well, I just wanted to know, like everybody else, would I still go to church? Would I still get into your word? Would I still just discover who you are? Because I wasn't sure anymore. But I did. I did. My love grew deeper. My longing grew longer. I discovered more on how intentional God is with me and how much I'm loved. It was phenomenal. But I just wonder, if I was hit like Job, would I still serve you, God? Ask yourself the question. Some of us have been hit with some very unfair things in life. Maybe some of them were self-inflicted, but nonetheless, here they are. Have you ever asked, that's not fair? And in my world, fair only happens once a year, and it comes down to Little Rock, and they charge you $50 to get in. But Job, for all intents and purposes, he was an amazing man. Job basically loses everything. His wealth, 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 teams of oxen, 500 female donkeys. This was lots of money back then. Raiders came in and attacked everything. Fire from heaven fell, burned up his livestock, and enemies killed all of his servants. Then his children, all 10, 7 sons, 3 daughters, die when a mighty wind collapses the house they were feasting in. All 10. If that wasn't enough, then his health. He's struck with painful boils from his head to toe. He's so miserable. Listen to this. He's so miserable. He scrapes his skin with broken pottery while sitting in ashes. Did God do this to him? No. He said, you could do whatever you want, just don't take his life. He pulls his hand of protection from him. So how does Job respond during this time? His reputation and his friends are all tainted. Instead of comforting him, they accuse him of doing something wrong to deserve the suffering. As I was reflecting this morning, I'm like, God, there's nothing that I don't deserve from you in a way of retribution. If you unleashed holy hell on me, I deserve it. If you did nothing else for me beyond today, it was a good ride. I'm thankful. 46 years in the book. I'm not guaranteed 47. He owes me nothing else. In fact, there's a line in here. You know how Job responds. He says, well, God gave me everything, and then he took it away. It was great. Can we respond that way? It was great, but now then my circumstances are different. Can I be okay with this? What's interesting is his family during this tragedy. His wife says, why don't you just curse God and die? My spouse is everything to me. She's my encourager as well. She is the one who says, go, you could do it. And then she says, would you just die already? On top of the fact that I just lost everything and my kids, and now my wife somehow thinks it's my fault. And my friends have all abandoned me. They think I deserve this because there must be some evil in my life. This is what Job is going through. I don't know that you could get any lower. As I pondered this, as I thought about this, it was just like, man, I have not come close to anything of this, but yet I can still somehow relate. I can still feel some of the brokenness that he has felt. But he never leaves God. He never leaves him. Everyone else did. He's the last thing to hold on to, but he's the only thing to hold on to. Storms are just guaranteed in life. We don't ever go through it unscathed, right? Some things are treacherous, horrible. Pain, betrayal, waiting, disappointment, they visit every one of us. The question isn't if they'll come, it's just what will we do when they come? How will we respond? And granted, yeah, we haven't suffered like Job exactly, or faced persecution like the early church. But we still know the sting of loss, yeah? The ache of unanswered prayers. Anybody got any unanswered prayers out there? If you don't, I'll give you some of mine. Or the weight of waiting. Ooh, that might as well be a 4-letter word. Waiting. Hey, there it is. When life hits hard, I just got to ask you, do you quit on your faith? Do you numb the pain with harm? Because we all have to escape this pain, and we look and we search for something. And if you're like me, you've tried all kinds of things to numb the pain, only to find out it was short-lived and harmed you way worse than what it helped you. Do you withdraw from God and people? Why, when we're at our most vulnerable, do we do that? Do we isolate? When you isolate, he's got you right where he wants you now. You're super vulnerable. Don't leave the faith. Don't leave God. Don't give up. Number 1, don't let the pain push you away from God. In Job 23:10, but he knows where I am going. This is Job. He knows where I am going, and when he tests me, I will come out pure as gold. What an attitude. You'll watch in the book of Job as his emotions go like this. Like us, right? We've got moments of like, on top of it, we're going to make it, and then we pull our eyes off God, and then we're at the bottom again. Just broken and distraught and full of despair. It's okay, Job was the same way. Job did not understand his suffering, but he didn't walk away from God. Do you understand it when you go through hard times? Do you have a full understanding? Is it clear to you? So many people walk away when life hurts. They ghost God, so to speak. Others turn to temporary comfort, addictions, isolation, anger. But pain can be a place of purification, not punishment. I need you to understand this. Job wasn't being punished. Is your current response pushing you toward God or away? The life event that you're going through, is it pushing you towards God? Are you responding in a way that's pushing you towards God or away from him? Number 2, don't let bitterness become your identity. In Genesis 50:20, you intended to harm me, but God intended it all for good. In the story of Joseph, Joseph had every reason to be bitter. rejected by family, falsely accused, forgotten in prison. But he didn't let betrayal define him. He let God refine him. You got to go through the fire. The silversmith has got to put the impure silver into the fire, because it's only through the fire to which those things come out. And you've got to go through things to know that he is there. If you don't go through things, how do you know he's there? Why do you have insurance? How do you know it's good? Until you need it. Till they pay the bill. And the fire is God's way of removing some things from our life, but also it builds trust. It builds this relationship between you and your Father. He gets to show off and show up in your life like never before. As we see here in a moment, Job wasn't left broken. Now, Job went through it. Some of us have gone through it or are going through it. But Joseph also, like Job, he chose forgiveness, perspective, and purpose. He chose not to focus his eyes on his situation, but to focus on the Father. Not abandoning his one true love. In fact, at this point, the only one left loving him. Some of you need to hear this. Bitterness delays your healing. It keeps you stuck in what was instead of what can be. What are you focusing on? I've seen people in life who went through unspeakable things at a young age. They never dealt with the bitterness, and it robbed them for 40, 50, 60 years of life stuck in the pit. Something that was only supposed to be for a moment turned into an eternity. You think it's how God wanted them to live? But you've got to let God heal you. Are you holding on to hurt or letting God redeem it? God says, give me your hurt. Give me your pain. Give me your anger. Give me all of it. These are things you were never meant to carry. Let me carry it. Let me take it from you. How many of you have had unfair things happen to you in life? Unspeakable things. Come on, let me see your hand. I want you to keep your hand up because I want you to turn around and look around the room. You are not alone. We all go through the dumb stuff. I don't like it. Right? Job didn't like this. He was just minding his business. You didn't like it either. You were just minding your business. But yet here we are. What are we going to do now? Well, I'm going to hold on to this so I can be miserable the rest of my life. I'm going to nurture it. I'm going to pet it. I'm going to name it. I'm going to feed it. I'm going to show it off. Have you noticed that about people? I'm going to show it off. I'm a victim. Look at me. I am entitled. I have arrived. This is who I am. Why don't anybody want to be around me? Because you stink. You're dead. You're decaying. I've got a dead cow on the field. It's been there for a while. And you drive by, it's wretched. I avoid it. Brush your teeth, please. People don't want to be around you. You're not any different than the rest of us. Look how many hands were raised. You're not special. They went through unspeakable things too. But they didn't let it define them. They let God redeem it. Number 3, Somebody needs to get this. Don't quit right before your breakthrough. Don't quit right before the breakthrough. Hebrews 10:36. I love Hebrews 10. So many things I preach out of that chapter. Patient endurance is what you need now, so that you will continue to do God's will. Then you will receive all that he has promised. All that he has promised. Well, what if he doesn't heal me here? He heals you over there. It's what you were promised. The early believers were tempted to give up under pressure. That's why some of you guys got to purge your old life. You got to flush. There's some people that ain't going to go with you. They're just going to hold you back. They don't understand the liberty and freedom you now have. Even your family. Endurance doesn't mean the storm stops. It means you don't. God often does his greatest work after our greatest challenge. I'm about to get to the end of Job. In Romans 5, backs this statement up. We know that problems and trials help us develop endurance. Are you tempted to give up? But what might be waiting on the other side of your perseverance? If you give up now, you'll never see the blessing. Don't get out of the fire yet. He's just purifying you. But he's with you. He hasn't forgotten you. And it's just the right amount of fire to remove the impurities. Because once he sees himself in you, he pulls you out. Yeah? We may not have had it as bad as Job, but storms are real. The response is what shapes us. Don't numb the pain. Bring it to Jesus. Don't turn away. Press in. Don't quit. He's not finished with you. Storms don't last forever, but your response could have an eternal impact. Let's look at how Job responded. In Job chapter 1, verse 20. Job stood up and tore his robe in grief. Then he shaved his head and fell to the ground to worship. He said, I came naked from my mother's womb, and I will leave naked and I will be naked when I leave. The Lord gave me what I had, and the Lord has taken it away. Praise the name of the Lord. In all of this, Job did not sin by blaming God. His first instinct wasn't to curse, it was to worship. It's a deep kind of faith, right? Grieving and worshiping at the same time. There's nothing wrong with him grieving, don't misunderstand me. But can you grieve and worship him in spite of your situation, that he is still God? Job stayed faithful even when pressured to give up. Job 2, 9 through 10. His wife said to him, are you still trying to maintain your integrity? Curse God and die. But Job replied, get in the kitchen and make me some biscuits. Oh, hold on a minute. He said, you talk like a foolish woman. Should we accept only good things from the hand of God and never anything bad? So in all this, Job said nothing wrong. Even when his wife encouraged him to give up on God, Job stayed grounded in his reverence and trust. Job was honest. It's okay to be honest with God, but he didn't walk away. Throughout the book, Job questions, he laments, he struggles, but he never abandons God. Who does he question and lament and struggle with? His Father, God. He's open about it. God knows what you're thinking anyways, might as well tell him. Job 3 says things like, why wasn't I born dead? Anyone ever feel like that? What are people that you should make so much of us? But he never curses God. He brings his questions to God, not away from him. We can summarize his response in this. He worshiped even in grief. He stayed faithful even under pressure. He was honest about his pain, but he didn't walk away. Because see, people are going to pressure you when you're going through something because they don't understand, like his friends. They're going to think you did something wrong. Now, maybe you did, but maybe you didn't. Maybe it's just something you're going through, but nonetheless, not why, but what? What am I to learn during this time, God? What is it that you're refining in my life? Job's response teaches us that faith isn't about pretending everything's fine. It's about holding on when everything isn't. You don't have to pretend that it's okay. But you can say, I got two hands clenched to the rope, and I wrapped it around my ankle. Hold it on.